In about 45 minutes, the total solar eclipse, thousands of people have made their way down to the path of totality, which for us here in Oklahoma, that is going to be down in southeastern Oklahoma. We have team coverage right now. Meteorologist Jonathan Conder in Idabel, field meteorologist Michael Armstrong in Broken Bow, both in the path of totality. I am very jealous, but someone kind of pulled the short straw here, and that is me. I'm back here at home. So is meteorologist Sabrina Bates. She is at a watch party at a Metro Elementary. Let's first go down to meteorologist Jonathan Conder. Jonathan, how's it looking down there?
It's looking really good there, Damon. I think I turned in the vacation request to you about 2 years ago. I told you I wouldn't be at work, but I'd work for you. So we're down in Idabel. We were here real early this morning. Look over my shoulder here. This park, there was nobody here. Now we have hundreds of people. I was in that park talking to them. I have people from South Carolina, from Oregon, even people right here from Oklahoma. Now, when it comes to totality, it's only about 4 counties in Oklahoma. You have to be east of that 100% line. That is key. If you're like near McAllister or Atoka, you will not be in totality, and it is night and day difference. 95%, you won't have the effects that we're going to have right here in totality. And what does that mean? It means it's going to get real dark. Let's talk about the timeline. The partial has already started. That started at about 12:30, and the peak is going to start right at 12:45. 1:44 down at the border. 1:45 right here. It lasts for only 4 minutes in totality, but Damon, when it happens, hopefully the skies stay clear and the sky goes dark.
I tell you what, I know, Jonathan, a lot of us have been looking at the cloud forecast very, very closely over the last couple of weeks, months it feels like. Let's head on down to field meteorologist Michael Armstrong. Michael, you are down in Broken Bow right now. Michael, how's it looking?
Yeah, we are just up the road from Jonathan. We're here live in Broken Bow, and we've had some views at times of the partial solar eclipses going on. Of course, totality doesn't start here for another 30-45 minutes, but there's a lot of energy here, and I want to bring in Dr. Jamie Jacobs from OSU. Dr. Jacobs, what's going on? There's a lot of fuss here, a lot of excitement. What's happening?
Yeah. So we're part of what's called the NASA Nationwide Eclipse Ballooning Project, and we have 50 teams all across the country launching weather balloons into the path of the eclipse. And it's all about measuring what the eclipse is doing in the atmosphere and using that to improve forecasts, so that way your forecast is that much better.
Awesome. We've seen several. I think they're waiting on my signal, and they're going to do one live. So tell me what's happening with this particular balloon while they're launching.
And this is a standard radiosonde weather balloon that the National Weather Service launches. This is the same thing that's used by the National Weather Service on a daily basis. This gets you your basic things such as temperature, pressure, humidity, and there it goes. And then we're tracking it on the ground, getting this data in, and then we're going to collect this data we're launching 30 balloons over a period of just a day and a quarter. We started yesterday afternoon, we went all through the night, and we're going to continue this all the way through the eclipse.
And that's just this one location. It's my understanding that there's actually 50 different sites between Texas and Vermont doing the same thing, right?
Right. We have 2 here in Oklahoma, one in Broken Bow, one in Idabel. So we're coordinating with them. That's the Gordon Cooper Technical Center out of Shawnee. So that's part of their pre-engineering program. And so this is not just about getting the data, but it's also an opportunity to really do great outreach.
Okay, one last question. Whether it's cloudy or not, you're doing the research, right?
Well, yeah, and actually from a atmospheric science perspective, this is really interesting because we get to see what impact the eclipse has on things such as convective activity and cloud cover. So there's a big relationship there. So we'll learn no matter what happens. But of course, we're hoping for clear skies in about 45 minutes.
Dr. Jacobs, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it for here in Broken Bow. It's cool because even though we do have some cloud cover, we're getting some breaks. The research is going on, and there are a lot of people very, very excited. This has been a several-day affair. There's been a lot of things for families to do here in Broken Bow while they've been waiting for what's coming up here in about 30 minutes. Back to you.
And so, yeah, Michael, certainly clouds or no clouds, you're certainly going to know that there's an eclipse happening here. So cannot wait to see the pictures coming in. And that data, that research, that is going to be so important. Let's head on over to meteorologist Sabrina Bates right now. So Sabrina, you and I, We're here in Oklahoma City. We are in the partial solar eclipse zone. Sabrina, I know the kids have to be so excited right now.
Oh, Damon, they are so excited. I'm actually here at Two Lakes Elementary with Putnam City Schools, and I'm here with a bunch of third graders who just got outside to look at the solar eclipse. And third graders, are we excited to view it? Yeah! I think we could tell from their excitement that they are excited to see even part of totality here in Oklahoma City. Now, something that I think is really cool is back in 2017 when we had the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse across the continental U.S., they were all still so young or barely even born yet, right? So they haven't experienced a solar eclipse yet here in Oklahoma. Going to be such a cool experience for all of these kids. And the STEM teacher here at Two Lakes Elementary is bringing out pre-K through 5th grade. So all of these students here at the elementary school get to experience this really awesome science phenomena. Now, when we're going to be talking about the solar eclipse here in the next 30 minutes, Damon, I'm so excited. These third graders are so excited. I know that we are just going to be eyes to the sky, oohs and ahs, smiles ear to ear.
I'm right there with you, Sabrina. And you know what? The bosses, we usually have a 1:45 meeting. That is when it's going to be peaking in Oklahoma City. And so the bosses have already said, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and delay that meeting for today. So looking at visible satellite right now. So let me go back here. So basically there have been some pretty thin clouds that have made their way through central Oklahoma, but this is the path of totality. This is not what you want to see down in southeastern Oklahoma. Now you heard Michael mention a couple breaks down here. So we are really watching this one closely, but looking at the bigger picture. So first off, this eclipse going from Texas, Mexico, all the way up into Oklahoma, but we've started to see something just in the last couple of minutes with the visible satellite. Watch what happens here. It's going to start to get a little bit dimmer. See that dim going down? See it getting darker down in Mexico? That is the eclipse. And so when the eclipse comes through here, it's going to look like nighttime, and we're going to lose a lot of this visible satellite right here. So we're already beginning to see that down in Mexico. It is coming up into Texas. Now, here's the bad thing is that this path of totality, basically there are clouds that run from San Antonio, Austin, up into southeastern Oklahoma, not so much in Arkansas. So there's going to be some visibility issues here, but for OKC, central Oklahoma, really for many of us, we're going to be able to notice a lot of things happening. One, it will get dimmer, and if you don't have those really cool glasses that everyone's been walking around with, all you have to do, look under the trees. You look under the trees, you're going to see all these little crescents that are going to be basically mimicking the sun right here. It's a pinhole projector. All the little holes that we have in the leaves basically act like a pinhole, and so it is going to show us what is happening with the sun here at 1:45. So that's right now, it is exactly 1:08. The countdown is on. I'm getting excited here, but otherwise, that's what we see down in southeastern Oklahoma right now. So the sun continues to get more and more blocked by the moon, and so we're gonna have a lot of fun with this here. So for OKC, 1:45, but again, going down in towards Idabel here, they're gonna have a complete solar eclipse. Such a cool thing here. So we're going to be watching this one really closely. This will be wrapping up here by about 3:07. Otherwise, alongside state agencies, KOCO has been preparing for this day for weeks, months, years. We've had years to do it. We have tons of team coverage. Answer questions about the eclipse, head on over to KOCO.com or the KOCO app, and be sure to follow KOCO on Facebook, where you can watch this eclipse reach totality live. We're all headed outside. We'll see you at 4 o'clock.